Everyone talks about Monday. Nobody talks about the day that actually breaks you. It's not Monday that ends most people's momentum. Monday is easy. You're rested, you're motivated, the week feels new. The real danger shows up 2 days later, quietly disguised as tiredness. I call it the midweek collapse. And if you've ever felt sharp on Monday and foggy, irritable, or strangely unmotivated by Wednesday afternoon, this video is about to explain exactly why that happens, and more importantly, how to flip it. Because here's the thing almost nobody tells you. Wednesday isn't a slump you have to survive. It's a decision point. The people who seem to have unstoppable weeks aren't avoiding the midweek dip. They've learned how to turn it into their second wind. I'm calling it the midweek spirit. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to build it into your own week, starting this Wednesday. Let's talk about why this happens, because it's not random. It's biological and structural. Monday runs on borrowed energy. You're coming off a weekend of actual rest, so even a chaotic Monday morning feels manageable. You have a reserve to burn through. But that reserve isn't infinite. By Wednesday, you've made hundreds of small decisions, absorbed dozens of interruptions, and your mental battery is running on what's left, not what you started with. This is why Wednesday afternoons specifically, not Tuesday, not Thursday, tends to be when focus collapses. Tuesday still has Monday's momentum behind it. By Wednesday, that momentum has fully worn off, but the finish line still feels far away. Psychologists sometimes call this the motivational midpoint dip, the point in any multi-day effort where the start no longer feels close and the end doesn't feel close enough yet either. It's not laziness, it's a completely predictable dip in perceived progress. Here's the trap. Most people respond to the Wednesday dip by pushing harder. More coffee, more urgency, more forced focus. But forcing intensity onto a genuinely depleted system doesn't restore energy. It just borrows against Thursday and Friday, which is exactly why so many weeks end in a tired, low-quality sprint to Friday afternoon. The people who don't experience this collapse aren't more disciplined. They've simply learned to treat Wednesday differently, not as a day to push through, but as a day to deliberately refuel. There's a cultural story we've all absorbed, that midweek tiredness is something to fight through with sheer willpower. Grind culture treats Wednesday fatigue as a character flaw, as if the tired version of you is the lazy version of you. But that framing gets it backwards. Wednesday fatigue isn't a failure of discipline, it's feedback. It's your system telling you that the pace you started Monday with wasn't sustainable for 5 straight days, and it never was meant to be run at a flat, constant intensity. Think about it this way. Nobody expects a runner to sprint the first mile of a marathon at the same pace as the last mile and call anything less than that weakness. Yet, in a work week, we quietly expect ourselves to hold Monday's intensity all the way to Friday, and we call the natural dip in the middle a personal failing. The midweek spirit isn't about forcing more energy into Wednesday. It's about restructuring Wednesday so it asks less of you in the ways that drain you and gives you back a small, deliberate recovery. The same way Monday's zero input window gave you a strategic pause before the week began. So here's the actual framework. 3 moves that make up the midweek reset. First, the Wednesday check-in. Instead of barreling from Tuesday into Wednesday on autopilot, take 10 minutes at the start of the day to honestly assess your week so far. What from Monday's plan actually got done? What quietly slipped? This isn't about guilt, it's about recalibrating before you spend a full day executing a plan that may already be outdated. Second, the midpoint trim. Look at what's left on your plate for the week and cut ruthlessly. Not everything you planned on Monday still deserves your energy by Wednesday. Cutting even 1 or 2 lower value tasks frees up real mental bandwidth, and this single move is often the difference between a Wednesday that drains you and one that resets you. Third, the deliberate micro recovery. This is the part most people skip entirely. A A short, protected block, even just 20 to 30 minutes, where you deliberately do something restorative in the middle of the workday. Not scrolling, not another meeting. A walk, quiet food away from a screen, or simply sitting without input. The same sensory break you used on Monday morning, but repositioned to refuel you at the exact point your energy naturally dips. Together, these three moves don't eliminate the midweek dip. They use it. Instead of pushing through fatigue, you're briefly slowing down on purpose, which is exactly what lets you speed back up for Thursday and Friday. Here's where it gets powerful. When Wednesday is treated as a reset instead of a grind, something shifts for the rest of the week. Thursday, which is usually the day people feel most behind, instead becomes the day you're operating with a clear head and a trimmed, realistic task list. Because Wednesday's honest check-in already cut the excess. Friday stops being a mad scramble to catch up and starts being what it should be, a day of finishing clean, because the week was never allowed to spiral out of control in the first place. This is the same compounding principle from the quiet Monday, except now it runs at the exact point in the week where most people lose control of it. Monday sets your direction. Wednesday protects your energy. Together, they create a week that doesn't collapse under its own weight by Friday afternoon. Over time, this becomes less about any single week and more about a pattern. You stop associating Wednesday with dread and start associating it with a brief, intentional reset that you actually look forward to because you know what it does for the rest of your week. The hardest part of this isn't understanding it, it's protecting it. Wednesday afternoon is exactly when meetings pile up, when quick requests multiply, and when skipping your reset feels justified because you're too busy for a break you now understand you actually need. This is where most people quietly abandon the system. They tell themselves they'll do the midpoint trim next week, or that today's too packed for a micro recovery. But the weeks that spiral out of control by Friday are almost always the weeks where the midweek reset got skipped first. Protecting 10 minutes for a check-in and 20 minutes for a deliberate pause isn't indulgent. It's the same strategic logic as the zero-input Monday morning, just applied at the point in the week your energy is actually at risk. So here's your challenge for this week. This Wednesday, before the afternoon takes over, give yourself 10 minutes to honestly check in on your week. Cut what no longer deserves your energy and protect 20 minutes to actually recover. You don't need a perfect week to feel the difference. You just need one Wednesday where you stop pushing through the dip and start using it. If this reframed how you think about the middle of your week, subscribe. This channel is built around exactly this kind of framework. And tell me in the comments, what does your Wednesday usually feel like right now?